Tapos na yung laro ng Lakers at San Antonio Spurs. Munti ka pang magkagulo. Parang may mananapak pa yata. Pag-usapan po natin yung laro ng San Antonio Spurs at Los Angeles Lakers at iba pang laro sa National Basketball Association. Ngayong araw na ito na pinanood ko po sa Disney Plus. Pag-usapan din natin LeBron James. In history, hindi pa nangyayari ito since his rookie year. Posibleng mangyari ngayon. At officially, the trade of Atlanta Hawks, Trae Young going to the Wizards. Sino ba sa tingin ko ang nanalo dyan sa trade na yan? Pero ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo ha. Pakita ko lang sa inyo itong video na ito. Ito po yung nangyari after the game. Ito. Look at Vando and Sohan. Uy! Was that a punch? Was that a punch? Pag-usapan po natin yan.
Powcast Sports, the #1 independent sports voice of the Philippines.
Ako po si Pow Salud ng Powcast Sports. Welcome po sa ating pong NBA Games recap, courtesy of Disney Plus, kung saan ko po pinapanood ang favorite NBA games ko together with Marvel movies, Star Wars, at saka syempre yung mga favorite movies natin kasama yung buong pamilya sa Disney Plus. At gusto ko lang sabihin sa inyo I get all of the ideas actually, not just because I'm watching the game, but because I'm also watching the ESPN pre-game show. At doon ko po talaga napanood yung trade at yung official mga legit news at syempre mga statistics at analysis. And that is why, I'm trying my best to also give you my point of view on this one. Actually, isa pa sa gusto kong pakita sa inyo, sana allow ni Disney Plus. Grabe to si Wembanyama, and I will start with this. Look at this. Wembanyama, follow-up dunk, bang! What an alien. And here's what's impressive. Again, the San Antonio Spurs, number 3 na po sila sa buong NBA, and San Antonio Spurs doing this with this one. Okay? So, papakita ko muna sa inyo. Because I'm really impressed. Iniisip ko, paano pa kaya kung 100% full blast itong si Victor Wembanyama? Because pigil po ang kanyang laro. Not necessarily yung laro, but yung minutes niya po. He is a bench player. 7 out of 15 field goal shooting. 26 minutes lamang siya po naglaro, no? Pinipigilan pa siya dahil nga po medyo galing din sa injury. But Victor Wembanyama contributed 14 rebounds, 16 points with 4 blocks in just 26 minutes. Imagine that. Think about it. And, there's really nothing to talk about in this game than total domination from the San Antonio Spurs against a contending Lakers. Hindi po basta-basta yung Lakers. If you look at this, and I'm just gonna show you the quarter by quarter scoring. San Antonio Spurs never look back. 26, 22, 31, and 28, and they get better each and every quarter. Well, not literally, but if you look at this, hindi po nanalo per quarter ang Los Angeles Lakers. That's why they're always looking back in the game. And the stats here, let's look at the team stat courtesy of ESPN. 107-91. The San Antonio Spurs was just, it was total domination. The free throw, the rebounding, everything. Everything. San lang ba lamang ang dito, ang the points in the paint. Lahat po lamang ang San Antonio Spurs, and I bet you if OKC is still at the top, pero medyo they're on the funk right now. They don't look that invincible as like the start of the season, but the San Antonio Spurs keeps getting better. Ang kailangan lang talagang ayusin ng San Antonio Spurs, wag ma-injury itong si Wembanyama. But again, ibang klase po ang nilalaro. And ang maganda dito, the San Antonio Spurs have like an OKC kind of feel. Yung mga players nila, they have the veteran and Harrison Barnes, Champagny, Luke Cornet, who's a great addition galing sa Boston Celtics ko, which I also talk about a little bit about Boston Celtics. Okay, kasi alam naman natin na Boston Celtics tayo. But, I mean, I cannot help but in awe. De'Aaron Fox, although hindi maganda yung shooting niya, Stephon Castles, Keldon Johnson, Jeremy Sohan, it looks like the San Antonio Spurs is kind of complete in not even 100%. And if you look at this, like sinabi ko, 28 minutes lang naglaro si Keldon Johnson, Stephen Castle, 29 minutes. Hindi pa pwersado yung mga players nila. So just think about how good the San Antonio Spurs can be. But for the Los Angeles Lakers, look at that. Doncic scored 38 points. Laravia 16 points, and wala po dito si LeBron James, Austin Reeves as well. So they need LeBron. Actually, LeBron is having a historic career. Talagang hindi bumababa yung kanya pong yung kanya pong scoring averages. It's about the same thing, in fact even better, pati yung efficiency. But here's the thing. LeBron James and his fans would have a big issue. So I just searched. Nakita ko kasi kanina to sa mga posts of Facebook. By the way, if you're not yet following my Facebook account, please follow my Facebook account. I don't know if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. So either way, kung hindi ka pa nakafollow sa dalawang page ko, kahit sa TikTok, meron tayo Instagram, please follow. And there's one thing that will happen that will not happen this season. So LeBron James all NBA streak in jeopardy after 17 missed games, and he missed this game, and I think this is the 17th if I'm not mistaken. So that means he is not entitled to getting an award, and I think that there is a minimum game, 65 games minimum. So well, everything has to come to an end. Although LeBron James showing still greatness, and I think he can play. I think kahit 45, 50 years old, baka kaya pa eh. But, syempre, no matter how you take care of your body, it still take a toll on you. And yan po yung balita dyan sa clutch points. So, LeBron James, and he has an injury. So, kailangan masalagaan pa si LeBron James. Kumbaga, yung statistics will be there, but yung durability talaga, it happens as we go older. Pati ako, pati ikaw. Anyway, let's talk about the rest of the NBA and also gonna tell you the stats. One thing gusto kong sabihin kagad, I thought mananalo ang Boston Celtics kanina, but the Denver Nuggets twice in a row na nananalo sila without Nikola Jokic. The Boston Celtics started great in this game, but the Denver Nuggets, man, talagang ibang klase. Peyton Watson, 30 points, 22 si Jamal Murray, talaga namang maasahan. Even with Jaylen Brown continuously and consistently scoring 30 plus points, 33 points siya dito, eh natalo pa rin sila ng Denver Nuggets. So, well, let's see the standing later. I'm gonna show you the standing. The Denver Nuggets still a very dangerous team. They're really a good team. And they're a great team with Nikola Jokic. So, ang daming laro na nangyari ngayon. Let me just brush through the games and let me tell you also all the games. By the way, the game on November 17 on Disney Plus, maggagaroon din tayo ng recap. But the Detroit Pistons showing that why they're still number one in the East, defeating the Bulls 108-93. Sixers winning against the Wizards, who recently acquired a new player. I don't know when maglalaro si Trae Young. Well, I'll tell you later kung sino sa tingin kong nanalo dyan, ha? So 131, 110. Hornets and the Raptors, a close game, 97-96. Celtics Nuggets, I already shared. The Knicks winning against the Clippers, so it's also kind of, parang meron din silang dapat gawin eh. Let's just see Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson, 12 points. Siyempre, Pinoy, gusto nating malaman kung ano yung score ni Jordan Clarkson. And what else is there? Hawks winning against the Pelicans, 117-100 without Trae Young. The Nets, 103-104 against the Magic. And the Thunders winning against the Jazz in a close game, 129. Oh, by the way, ito pa pala. Suns defeating the Grizzlies, 117-98. The Warriors defeating the Bucks. Watch out, baka matrade si Giannis Antetokounmpo. Tanong ko nga sa mga nanonood ngayon, do you think Antetokounmpo will be traded? And the Trailblazers, wow, Trailblazers sleeper team, defeating the Rockets, 103-102. The games tomorrow, let me just share, there are just 4 games tomorrow. Hornets versus Pacers, Bulls versus Heat. This should be a good one. Timberwolves, Cavaliers, another good one, and the Jazz and the Mavericks at 10 a.m. These are the games that are upcoming. The standing still number 3 na. Ang number 2 na kanina yung kahapon yung Boston Celtics eh. But Boston Celtics go down to number 3. Pistons still number 1. In the East and the Western Conference looking the same. Number 2 ang San Antonio Spurs, the Nuggets, and the Lakers. Stay there, Lakers. Baka sakali, no? Pero West talaga, pinakamahirap talaga yung West na conference. And now, let's take a look at this news. So any questions on the NBA game recap? I just wanted to share this, guys. We'll do this as often as we can every day, but I'm open to suggestion because usually you see my channel, there's a lot of boxing content, but we do watch a lot of basketball. So please let me know if you have any suggestion on how we should do this. But it's now time to talk about the Trae Young versus CJ McCollum trade. Who won? So we talked about this earlier, and it was just a rumor then. At least it wasn't official yet. But a lot of publication have already discussed about it. So here's the trade. It's official. So the trade is basically this simple. I thought the Atlanta Hawks gonna look for a draft pick, but they settled with Corey Kispert and CJ McCollum for Trae Young. So here's my take on this one. Who won the trade? Let me tell you first, I felt is the situation. Kanina pa lang, we already seen the situation. So who needed this trade? Who needed this trade? I think both teams need the trade. The Washington Wizard is not in a very good position. Meanwhile, the Atlanta Hawks is in so-so position. The Atlanta Hawks is number 9. So, but who initiated the trade? I think obviously I think the Atlanta Hawks initiated the trade, and I think the Atlanta Hawks won the trade because of this. Now, first thing I'm gonna say, Trae Young better than CJ McCollum. Well, arguable, but Trae Young, a better playmaker, I think a better scorer. CJ McCollum is capable, certainly. But is Trae Young still good for the Atlanta Hawks? That's the thing and the reason why they traded Trae Young. The Atlanta Hawks is better without Trae Young, especially with the young players of the Atlanta Hawks. Yung Atlanta Hawks teams, based on statistics, they're actually doing better without Trae Young. So Jalen Johnson, si Ricochet, si Walker, si Daniels, they're all doing better without Trae Young on a lot of aspect. By the way, let me onyeka pa pala si Okwongu. These are the future of the Atlanta Hawks, and the Atlanta Hawks, from what I've read, determined that it's time to move forward. I think nag-peak na yung performance ni Trae Young. They do not believe that Trae Young is the man, is the franchise player. Obviously, I think it's Jalen Johnson, Ricochet, and the other guys on Kongo are now the main players for the Atlanta Hawks. And kumbaga, halos walang nawala sa Atlanta Hawks trading Trae Young because of the statistics. Now, they get CJ McCollum, who will be, I think, he will be used as a backup point guard. I think, yung point guard, I think maganda yung playmaking pa rin na Jalen Johnson and Nickel Alexander Walker. But at least, kasi si Trae Young has the mentality that he probably still owns Atlanta Hawks. So CJ McCollum's coming in there as a secondary player who can score, who can create, and plus, meron pa silang bonus na si Kispert, no, who is going to also, although parang meron siyang mga kapareho, sina Kennard yata, halos parehas ng style, but will deeper the bench of the Atlanta Hawks. I think this is better for the Atlanta Hawks kaysa yung mahal na si Trae Young continue to be there. And so I think the Atlanta Hawks would be better and mas maganda siguro yung magiging chemistry ni McCollum, who is coming in there not as the primary or the primary scorer, but a support to the young guns of the Atlanta Hawks, who's obviously switching into the new arena or new age of the Atlanta Hawks. At least they have a direction. So I think without even comparing, so Washington Wizards, they are the winner. Washington Wizards, kind of, um, it's a good sign. I do not think they're the winner, but it's the good sign. Um, Compared to the two, but it's a good sign because at least they would have a new guy who to lead. I do not know exactly, but Trae Young could come in there and lead na hindi naman nagawa masyado ni CJ McCollum. So Trae Young could lead the young guys of the Washington Wizards. The Washington Wizards had nothing to lose and they have, kumbaga, meron silang panahon para I would say, experiment because the Washington Wizard kind of in a loss. May Alexander Sarr sila, may George sila, may Bilal Coulibaly sila, but these guys needs direction. Maybe Trae Young is that person. I think nasa experiment mode ng Washington Wizards. They might let go of Trae Young, to be honest, or he might stick there. But the good thing about this trade is they have a new leader. And Trae Young, I think his mentality is being a leader. It's just that ang problema kay Trae Young, he might be a good scorer or passer, but he is very bad in defense, which will still be a problem for the Washington Wizards. So, but overall, I think it's a good change for both teams. But the ultimate winner here is the Atlanta Hawks because they got rid of a player that is no longer needed, but still very much capable. And they found probably the best fit. Not the better player, but the best fit for the Atlanta Hawks. That's what I feel. All right. So anyway, guys, if I haven't reminded you yet, and nandito na, I watch NBA on Disney Plus, all my favorite NBA games. And then the pre-game show, the statistic, the analysis, I watch it on ESPN pre-game show. So if you like this type of content, yung discussion content and more of analytics and of course, ganito, no, hindi masyado ma-highlights, please do not forget to share, like, and comment. And let me know what you think, guys. I would love to improve and I would like to grow the NBA or basketball community in this channel. So kung umabot ka dito sa dulo, please let me know what you think, especially sa Trae Young and McCollum trade, about the Lakers, about LeBron James, about Boston Celtics, and about this video. Salamat, guys, and I'll see you on my next video. Salamat po.